September in a growing dome, and this is a very critical time for changeover from your summer crops to your winter crops. But we don't want to get rid of all these beautiful summer crops, but we do need to sow our winter crops at this time of year, because if you don't sow them now, they won't be developed big enough by the middle of winter. So September is a perfect time to sow your crops, sow your seeds for your winter crops. So basically, how are we going to do that? So the answer is that all our summer crops by now have grown up fairly tall and are producing fruit at this level. But lower down, you see we have bare soil underneath, and we can start to trim back some of the foliage, and you see we've already sown some seeds at the soil level, and those will come on all through the fall and be wonderful crops in the winter. And ideally, you want to sow your root crops in the ground because you can't transplant those. So things like beets, carrots, radishes, parsnips, all those things can be sown in place and come along throughout the fall, ready for producing all through the winter. So in some instances you won't have enough room down below, so what we can do is sow our seeds in flats and have them grow quite a long time in flats. And we're going to sow some mesclun mix here in this little flat, and just like we did before, I'm going to sprinkle them and sow them pretty thinly, and then put them on the crossbar of the tank, ready to germinate and sprout till about the middle of October. So we put those like that, and then this is a perfect place to put them on the crossbar. We have enough room for 2 flats here, and so these are all ready to grow for your fall crops. And when they get about this height, then we transplant them, and by that time we have more space in the beds because we're starting to take out our summer crops, so we get this transition about the middle of October. So that's how it all works.